Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see the #3 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. Moore will throw. Quickly out to the tight end. Out to the 36-yard. line after gaining 10 on that one.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it one high safety? Is it two high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Wants to go up top on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Stewart. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Looking downfield on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He'll try to take it back. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama!
What a play by the defense, coming out early in the game on the very first drive and setting the tone. Not just forcing a 3-and-out, not just forcing a punt. How about creating a turnover and taking it to the house? Pick six.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Moore to the air. Got it in the middle, it's Moore. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. When you reach this point of the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? In the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume.
He's going to let it go. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing a pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself down.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on third down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Ducks line up, trying to move the sticks on third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Touchdown, Alabama! And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick six.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Moore will throw. Unloads to the wideout. He makes a catch. Hits a seam wide open. Turning on the Jets. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks!
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. They'll give it to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Alabama pushing the tempo. Might as well stick with him. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers to that.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here.
That has got to feel good if you're this offense picking up that first down by running it, because we know the struggles they've had this season, particularly.
Turning it on. He's loose. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Once he got some room, it was over.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. A pickup of 5. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference. Be great in your conference. Get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally. They just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
Going for it all. Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play.
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it to him in space and allowing him to go to work. This is turning into a very nice statistical day for this wide receiver.
Oh, he's got some space. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. The Ducks have changed their look completely in the backfield. Mekhi Hughes, Isaiah World highlighting a transfer class. It really ought to transform this team into a potent force on the ground. Is that what was missing from the squad a year? A shot toward the end zone. He caught it. He goes out of bounds after the big play, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that one's about. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. And the defense was anxious to get off the ball quickly. Instead, it's just a little bit closer for the offense. They'll try to slam it in. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line. Goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and goal. Back's got it. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The offense didn't even glance to the sidelines. They'll stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal from. He's got it. 1st down and more. Touchdown, Oregon. Fitted in the window for the score.
And I like the decision to go for it. And I think a lot of people probably thinking this close to the goal line, 4th and goal, they're going to power it in. Nice job. They had this play ready. They go with the pass. Nice throw, nice catch. Huge job and huge execution on 4th down.
Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. Here he comes. This is a gamble. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Back to pass. It's Russell. Fires to the big fella. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Alabama quickly back to the line.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
They stop him just a length or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. They'll go to the ground. Inside the 45. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down.
Really good-looking run. You know, you think about the legacy Alabama has at the running back position. It's ridiculous. Mark Ingram won a Heisman, obviously. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go back to Sean Alexander, who I played against back in the day, too. All these guys had speed. All these guys had vision and quickness. And this guy right here, he has all of those traits himself. Just another big-time talent in the Crimson Tide backfield.
Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. To the ground with the back. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Alabama comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. They've pushed it forward down to the 5, but now looking at 3rd and goal. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
Yeah, and that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
It's good. Easy call for the refs. And they'll push that lead down a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Lost a throw on 1st down off the play fake. Wide open downfield. Flying down the right side. Touchdown Ducks! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. The give to the back. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. They'll try the left side. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20. Guys, let's chat about Alabama. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top 2 teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these 2 teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
Throws to the wideout. Working on the right. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere. Just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do. But maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the 1st down. Nothing to worry about, Reese.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Alabama pushing the tempo.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play, because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Early movement on the offense, and they'll push it back. Yards. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on second down. Making side adjustments here. Back to throw, it's Russell. He'll off one deep down the left side. Catch inside the 25. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 at the 19.
I love when you back the defense off of you. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
They'll try the right side. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Looking for a crease to the left. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown time! I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with the touchdown.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
Ooh, that's a nice throw. Great accuracy there. And you think about Oregon quarterbacks, I know we think about guys running around a little bit, but think back to guys like Dan Fouts, A.J. Feely. How about that? Joey Harrington, of course, Justin Herbert. These guys could thread the needle from the pocket, make all the throws. This guy here reminds me a little bit of them.
Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. Moore to the air. Quarterback on the move, still looking. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Looking to fire. Catch in the middle, it's Moore. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
Touchdown, Oregon! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Gonna run it. It's Young. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Alabama quickly back to the line. He wants to change this route. Looking to throw at Simpson. Fires to the middle. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
Oh, and on defense, you just got to be able to finish that play. That defender had the football in his hands. He's just got to catch it. That should have been an interception.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on third and long. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
I tell you what, it puts you in a tough position when you're backed up inside your own 20 trying to come out. But when you're a defense and you can force a turnover and you already set your offense up in scoring position, they are going to be extremely happy, and that offensive coordinator is going to look extremely smart.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and the first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
And he throws another interception, his third one of the night, bringing it back. And after the interception, able to get it in plus territory, taking it back to the 41.
How about that? I mean, they knew this defense was good defending the pass, but that had more to do with who's in the secondary, not necessarily who's up front. David, his best Pollock impersonation, picking that one off.
Yeah, baby, you don't get many opportunities to drop in coverage. You don't get many balls thrown your way, but when you do, you want to make sure you take advantage, showing off the athletic ability, showing the hands. The big defensive lineman comes up with the INT.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on second and short. They'll test the right side. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, I think the defense is expecting here on third down that this running back's going to get it again. He got it on first, had a nice carry, got it on second. Now he set him up in third and short. You've got to be physical here and make sure this guy goes backwards.
On third and short, the run and looking for the first down. And he needed just a single yard, and he did not get it. What a stout play by this defense. They're in makeable field goal range. They could tie the game, but instead they'll go for it on fourth down. Trying to get it to the marker. Fights off a defender. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on fourth down.
Nice job by the defense on fourth down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that fourth down play. Really good job by this defense.
Going downfield for the big play. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Moore will throw. Now improvising. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
pass. That's caught. It's Benson. At midfield, he's got room. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
One of the things I love about this wide receiver, it's not all bombs and posts and go routes. 3rd and long, you just kind of run him not too far down the field. He makes the catch, and he's so dangerous, making moves, using his speed and elusiveness. He finds a way to get that first down and keep the offense on the field.
Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Wants to go up top. He'll pull it down and run. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself? Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the 1st down. They'll try to get it off quickly. Looking to throw on 1st down. Looking to scramble. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this 1st down.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Pocket breaking down. Makes the grab. It's Hughes. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
Nice completion, nice short gain. Now it sets up 3rd down. And wait a minute, 3rd down now becomes, we're going to go for it on 4th down anyway, so it really doesn't matter that much. Great job getting a little chunk. Now we get to go have some fun.
Quarterback strolling away from heat. Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on 3rd down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
He slides that just inside the right upright. And the field goal draws us even as we get close to halftime.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Oh, the ball's out on the return. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Kick returners usually have to have that home run ability, the ability to take it to the house 100-plus yards. But it's also a tough skill because you've got all these guys flying down the field so fast, and sometimes you get a big hit and ball security becomes an issue.
Right down the boulevard. It's good. And with that, they've taken the lead. That's going to wrap up the 1st half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. We're just about ready to start the 2nd half. Coming out with it, it's Williams. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. Looking for a man, it's Russell. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on 1st down. 2nd down coming up.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up. But if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
They'll run it to the right side. Across the 25, he's got room. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one. The Crimson Tide rolling on the ground, tries to keep momentum going. Wants to adjust the pattern. They'll ride the hot hand. Oh, it gives him the tough stiff arm. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the 1st down. Alabama pushing the tempo.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the 1st down, and listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime. They were able to generate some momentum and get some rhythm offensively, and right now they look like they have it on this drive. Great news to see the quarterback make that last throw there to pick up the first down. They need him to play great in the second half.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
The give is to Miller. Runs through a tackle. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And they can't make the connection.
Really nice third down sub-defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, and now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
He boomed it through a 50-yard field goal, showing off that powerful back. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
And we'll have a shakeup in the MAC standings this week. Check this out. Ball State looked less like a flock of Cardinals and more like a group of road warriors in a solid victory. This team almost always plays tough in Muncie, and today they found a way outside of Schumann Stadium. A busy day in the MAC, and an outcome that figures to shuffle the deck there as we send it back to you.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. When you play at a place like Alabama, you have to live up to the legacy of the Jonathan Allens, the Deron Haynes, the Marcel Darius is when you play on that defensive front.
And the funny thing is, Reese, I can keep going. Quentin Williams, Will Anderson, like the list goes on and on and on. Just elite level recruiting on the defensive line, on the edge, is how they built this dynasty at Alabama.
Takes a hit as he fires. He's got the tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Man, it's nice having a QB that is going to hang in there. You can tell, hanging in there, he knows he's going to get hit, right? If I'm going to get hit, I might as well make a completion. Great job hanging in there, throwing the football on target, and getting the completion.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. The sure hands, it's Moore. Nice job to get him past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Finish we could have. Tie game, 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. Moore to the air. Bringing the heat. At the 45 on his way. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Well,
Well, the offense is trying to stay aggressive, right? You just came up with a huge play, and right away you go back to another pass. You got to do a better job protecting your quarterback. Can't give up a sack.
And the Ducks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Got him downfield. Still running at the 40. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36. You always have to be aware of the running threat from the Oregon quarterbacks, but here getting business done through the air.
No doubt, Reese, because you're worried about his legs, the read game, all the stuff they can do. It opens up the passing attack. And I think when you've seen the Ducks teams throughout history, the ones that have enough balance to keep you off guard, keep you guessing, are the ones that are the best teams.
After that 5-yard loss, some work to do now to keep this drive humming at 2nd and 15. They'll send the back in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the middle. Got his man downfield. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
There's the thing. Not a great run. The offense has scored a ton of points. They haven't necessarily needed to have a strong running game in this one. Their quarterback right now is just playing lights out, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'd get back to throwing the ball.
And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
And that goes down as an incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously so he's outside the tackle box. He's moved to throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Moore will throw. Got it. Touchdown, Ducks. And that one will give him the lead. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Starts from their own 25-yard line. He'll start this drive going to the air. He's going to throw deep right side. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Looking for more. Just keeps moving. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field. Because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven, if you try me, bad things are going to happen.
Keeps looking downfield. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
Moore to the air. Under fire. A strike downfield. They make the tackle at the 33, but he's ripped off 15 yards and picked up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
They'll throw it from the red zone. Firing to the right, complete. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Well, they made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get it.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. After swapping ends of the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Right down the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. So close to that end zone, he could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. Pushes ahead. Touchdown, Oregon! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad. And they tacked on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Dropping back, it's Russell. They'll run the screen. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Alabama quickly back to the line.
And in this situation late when you need 2 touchdowns to win the game, everything's going to have to be downfield. So
Makes the catch on the left. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
This is a fun spot to be in defensively. Like, it's late in the football game. You know they're passing the football because you're up a couple of scores. You pin your ears back. You try to get to the quarterback. Play smart. Make sure you rally to the football tackle and don't give up the big plays.
Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Shoves back behind the chains. It's 1st and 15. He's looking to throw. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense.
He's going for it all. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
And I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter. And you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that. So they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Miller with the ball.
That's a nice job by this defense, getting in the backfield quick. They got in there so fast, anticipating pass on 3rd and long, but they reacted so well to the run, get the tackle for a loss, and now probably going to force the punt here.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Makes the grab past the marker. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions. Got to continue to get these 1st downs. Move quick. Don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
Gonna let it fly. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game. So they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Alabama pushing the tempo. To the ground, he's got it again. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Looking downfield, it's Russell. It's complete to the left. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Hauls it in, the first down and more. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. Just moments ago, Alabama was feeling the shadow of its own goalpost, and now touchdown, Alabama! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
He'll try to tack on one more. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Pittsburgh came through with a lunch pail hard hat performance, and the end result is an eye-opening road victory. And I guess it's not so much that they won, it's more how they won, and the fact this wasn't ever really in question. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that. It sounds as if they had a good one there. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Moore will throw. Bears the pressure. He'll pull it down. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
You know, I think in this situation of the game, too, if I'm this guy, I'm thinking the same thing, right? I'm throwing and getting yards, and if it's not there, I'm going to take this game over myself with my legs. We're in the fourth quarter. We've got an opportunity, one possession down, to get back in this thing. I just got to do whatever I got to do to make that happen.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. Gets the back moving. To the air on first down. Oh, they're after him. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit. They came into this game with plenty of people putting them on upset alert, and they were ready for the challenge.
And they passed it with flying colors. And this is what you want to do as a team. You want to make these little statements across the season. And they proved, Palmer, the difference between them and the other team being ranked is wide, and there's a reason why.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equally, and they showed that here today, dominating in all three phases. This is a team everybody needs to look out for.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The Ducks hope to be able to run out the clock in this final minute. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. Moore to the air. Here's a hit. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Got a man, it's Moore. There he goes. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. And that was one the offense needed and the defense had to have, and they could not get the stop.
And the gamble by the head coach and play caller pays off. Of course, if that's incomplete, it stops the clock, so they needed to have it. Great execution at a time where it was so critical.
They're just trying to rub it in. Ball's incomplete, and that'll do it from here. They reeled off 6 straight to start the season, undefeated, bowl eligible, but when you have